Yeah, que lo que. What's good, mi gente lindo? Today I'm teaching you how to make turnip greens, rutabaga, and hot water cornbread. And I'm an edited me, but inspired by my great grandmother Helen. A couple of weeks ago, she came up in conversation when I was talking with my parents and found out that she used to grow rutabaga and a whole bunch of different vegetables, and she used to throw down in the kitchen. So I'd be remiss as the great grandson of the cocinadora to like not cook it. So I went and I decided to, tap into it a little bit, and I made it in my way, and it came out so good. So first what I did was I sauteed some onions and peppers and garlic. I added some smoked turkey necks, let that cook a little bit, and then added some water and some chicken broth. Again, baby, that's making the pot lick, okay? Agregando todo de saborcito, okay? Then I went in and I cut up the rutabaga, okay? This is my first time cutting it up. I ain't know what to expect, but I ain't gonna hold you. It tastes really good. It tastes really good. And I saw what the vision was, okay? So anyways, you wanna cut that up into any desired size that you do, and you let that boil. I let it boil separately, and then we're gonna get into these turnip greens, okay? So I treated my turnip greens like how I treat my collard greens. I cut the stems. I took off some of the stems. I really don't like my greens to have a lot of stems, but it's all right, whatever you prefer, you go ahead and do it, all right? Then I cut it up into big leaves. And again, I cleaned it with some salt, some vinegar, and some water, baby, okay? Porque tú necesito limpiar bien, okay? You don't want no gritty greens, all right? So you're gonna go and fuakata, limpiar bien, okay? You're gonna clean that around like 3 or 4 times until the water is clear, okay? So I got the little proof right there that I did the little concoction again, and I went back, flipped it, and reversed it, okay? So you see that water clear like my soul, baby, okay? Anyways, you're gonna add that into the pot liquor, the little broth that you got going on, and you're gonna add some seasoning, because again, baby, agregando todo de saborcito, okay? So then, oh, damn. I mean, dang. I was still adding that. You're going to add a little splash of vinegar, and you're going to add the vegetables in there. You're going to let it get good. And now, I had a lot of pot liquor, but that's all right, baby, because you want to take that, put that to the side, and use it for something else, okay? Because, baby, the pot liquor is where all the goodness and the nutrients from the greens is, all right? Anyways, I went ahead and took the neck bones out, and I shredded them up because, again, I was ready to eat, okay? And it was taking a little bit too long for it to fall off the bone. So I added the rutabagas, and I added the smoked turkey necks back in there, and I let it simmer down. But again, not without adding extra seasoning, baby, okay? Because we already know if you ain't seasoning, well, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. If you ain't seasoning, you ain't seasoning. Anyways, we let that simmer on low, and we're going to make this hot water cornbread. This was my first time making it as well, too, and it was so good. So I added a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar, and the cornmeal. Some people do it with flour, and, to each his own. I'm still learning how to do it and finding what my preference is, but I tried both, and they both kind of they both taste the same. Anyways, when you get it to a nice consistency, you're going to pat it on both sides, and you're going to add a little bit of oil. I use vegetable oil, and I just fried it like so. You know what I'm saying? So, I just flipped it side to side until I was like, okay, all right, I think it's done. And then I took it out, and I put it on some paper towel, and I took that oil off, baby, all right? Y finalmente está tiempo para comiendo la comidita, okay? So you're going to plate it up real good. You're going to get un chin de todito, okay? And then remember, don't forget, you need to add un chin de la jugosito, okay? Put that pot liquor in there, baby. Add the hot water cornbread and enjoy it, okay? Disfrutalo. Yo, this was so good, okay? And I ain't going to hold you. I was tearing it up behind the scenes, my God. Anyways, if you made it this far and you still haven't got my cookbook, compralo, okay? Buy one, okay? Buy it for yourself, buy it for a friend and them, you know what I'm saying? Enlighten yourself, baby. Get you some goodness. Anyways, I'm one of many. See you on this. Enjoy, my people.